All right, we're sitting here with Bob Jones and Mark Towner. Bob, when were you born?
July 26th of 68.
68.
I'm a 68 model.
And where were you born?
He's old.
I was born in North Wales, United Kingdom.
Okay, Mark?
I was born November 29th, 1966, and I was born in North Union County, Pontotoc, Mississippi.
Mississippi. So neither one of you guys were born here in Tipton, really anywhere near.
No.
So Bob, what brought you to Tipton?
A guy that I worked for, his daughter knew Stephanie, and kind of got asked on a blind date, and I guess that was it.
Stephanie Strite. So you married a Tipton girl?
Yes, I did.
Yep. Mark?
I guess me and Bob got that in common. I was a blind dater too, I guess. Met Julie Korpstein in Wichita. She had just gotten a teaching job there, and I worked for Boeing. And my roommate in college was her first cousin. So long story short, he kind of set us up. Since I didn't know a single person in the whole state of Kansas. I was chomping at the bit. So anyway, married her, moved to Tipton in 2007. But
What was the first thing you remember seeing in Tipton, or something that stood out that?
Well, it was the football field, and they had the little half tires that they used to use as line markers back in like the 40s, even before my time. And they had them all lined up, and well, it was an 80-yard field, which I'd never seen a 8-man football field either, but it had the little crow's nest and the H goal post, and I thought, wow, I thought I'd gone back in the Twilight Zone. And so anyway, I mean, it made me I knew I was in a very small town, and phone booth.
Mm-hmm.
Hadn't seen one of those in a long time, so I thought, damn, Superman lives here. But yeah, I kind of had the same impression as Bob. Everybody, well, I met the Korpsteins, of course, but everybody just real friendly, real laid back, and didn't take me long to know that they're super hard workers. And the school got built over a summer when they just decided, hey, we're gonna not let our schools go away. That was a couple years before we moved here, but I thought, wow. And it didn't take me long once we moved here to know that once they decide to do something, they get on it. They don't, towners tend to think about it a year or two and then maybe get going on it. But
you married into the Korpstein family.
Yeah.
They just do it.
Yeah, you just do it.
When he's done, you just do it. A lot of families here.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't take me long to know that it's a community of doers. Used been to my first red beer.
Yeah, first red beer you had in Tipton, Kansas?
Yeah, I never even knew it was a thing.
All right, Bob, you've raising 3 kids here in this community. What do you think keeps, I guess, Tipton going? I know we're not very big, but we are still thriving. We have a lot of businesses. You have a successful business. What keeps Tipton thriving? What keeps them going?
Well, I suppose, there's good support is probably number one. Parent support, community support. Everybody has to step up and do more than their share a lot of times, and there's no questions asked. You just get up and do it.
Yeah.
Even you see something that needs to be done, you don't have to go ask anybody. You just do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of it there. And you just
Yeah.
And your kids see that when they're young. They see the parents doing it, and that has a big impact on the kids. I think too that that's not all bad. Then you see your kids do it when they get a little older. They kind of
Probably makes you pretty proud, doesn't it? Very, very proud.
Yeah.
And we're doing the 150th celebration coming up here, 150 years of Tipton. So what you guys just kind of described, do you think we get that from our ancestors?
Yeah.
It worked and worked and worked, and got very little reward.
Yeah.
But they kept on working.
Yeah.
They didn't quit. They just got up next morning, even through the dirty 30s.
Yeah.
There was some tough times.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it hadn't rained here for a long time, and you know the crops show it. But back then they didn't have nothing for like years, just dust, and that'd be hard to survive, I would think.
Yeah. Well, Bernie, my father-in-law, he always tells the story. The first, I don't know, 3 or 4 years of his marriage, all they raised was children, because they didn't raise any crops.
Yeah, it was tough back then.
Yeah. And, you know, but we were talking to Franny the other day. Everybody got together. I mean, worked, but on Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember. I guess it was Saturday usually. All come to town and socialize. And I mean, I think that's one of the main reasons that we stick together here. I go uptown. I tell Julie, I'm going to go to the post office and the bank and the grocery store. I come back an hour and a half later. Like, well, what took you so long? Well, I stopped and talked to so and so and so and so and so and so. And it's not the hey, how you doing? It's the 15-minute version, which is good. You know, sometimes it takes you a while to do something, but you get to know them. You know, so I think that's at least part of the reason why Tipton's Tipton still.